I want to bring in Kansas Congressman Kevin Yoder right now to talk more about what's happening ahead of 2016. Good to see you, Congressman. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me this morning.
What are your thoughts on this Clinton candidate?
Well, I think Hillary Clinton is going to have a trail of scandals that follow her throughout this campaign, and I think most Americans are ready to turn the page, look to the future. I think the challenge her campaign is going to have from the get-go is her ideas, her issues, and all these scandals are part of her baggage that she carries into this race, and it's going to slow her down. And I think ultimately she's a fading star in this race.
Who do you think is most appropriate to go up against Hillary from the GOP side?
Well, I think you're seeing candidates get in every day, literally, into this race in the Republican Party, and it speaks to the quality of candidates that are out there that are interested in engaging in the issues of the future. I think, with the Democratic Party just having Hillary Clinton and a couple other candidates running, I think it does a disservice to their primary contests and getting their candidates vetted and ready. What we know for certain is we've got former governors, we've got current governors, we've got senators, we have folks all across the spectrum. We're going to have a robust primary, and I think the candidate that comes out will stand a very, very strong chance of beating Hillary Clinton in the general election.
What do you think the main issues will be for voters? Will it be foreign policy? Will it be economic policy? And how much of this sort of noise around her is going to affect them, you think?
I mean, part of it's going to be just about Hillary Clinton, but I think most voters really want to know which president has a plan for the future economically. Most people in my district, they work hard, they earn a decent living, but they don't feel like they're getting ahead. And so I think you're going to see Republican candidates talking about kitchen table issues, economic issues, working people issues, and ultimately I think the voters know that free enterprise, free market policies at the federal level actually help grow the economy, and that Washington's really been the regulations and the taxes really slow down economic opportunity at home. So I think they're going to be looking for a candidate who talks about freedom and opportunity for everyone to succeed, and that really comes from a lot of the policies you see on the Republican side.
Well, let me ask you about some of the things that you've been working on, because we had John Boehner on a couple of weeks ago, and I guess I asked him the question, look, we all had this optimism that the Congress was going to get a lot done when the GOP took November. How would you characterize what you've gotten done? Where have been the successes?
Well, I think the functionality of Congress has actually been refreshing. You're not hearing about a lot of fiscal cliffs and government shutdowns. You're seeing Congress get things done. You're creating a lot of certainty and predictability in the economy. Congress has put bills on the president's desk like Keystone Pipeline, their reformed veterans programs. Just in the last week, Congress, for the first time since 2001, passed a bicameral budget that balances within 10 years. So you've got a balanced budget on the table. That creates economic opportunity in this country. And you've got a lot of other things like trade and other economic engines that Congress is moving forward. So I think the sort of frustrations that many people had with Congress not being functional and getting things done has really changed. You're seeing bills move forward. Granted, the president vetoed Keystone. The president's probably going to veto some bills, but we know at least Congress is getting smart policy to the president's desk. Do
you feel like you have a willing partner to get things done with the president?
I remain optimistic. They haven't beaten the optimism out of me yet in this job. They try every day.
It's early.
It's early, right? I remain hopeful. It's tough. I think the president, unlike maybe other presidents, Bill Clinton and others who are in the end of their terms, this president's decided to veer more partisan, more to the left. So we just get up every day and try to figure out where our points of commonality are. Look, trade is a great example of where we can work with this president. 95% of the world's purchasers are outside the United States. So when we're selling goods, 95% of that market is outside of our country. And so new trade agreements, it's a good opportunity for Republicans and Democrats to work with the president to grow our economy.
And you've been working on TPP, and of course this is the Trans-Pacific Partnership. The unions don't want this fast-track approval, but you've been working to try to get this trade deal have fast-track.
Yeah, every president in the last 50 years has had fast-track authority. It gives them the opportunity to put the deal together and move it through Congress. The folks on the left actually are trying to tie the hands of their own president and make it harder for him to cut this trade deal. That's going to hurt the economy. I think ultimately unions will see the benefit of selling goods overseas. We want to make sure whatever trade deal we have is smart policy that creates jobs at home. It can't be a one-sided deal that helps other countries. We want to make sure that it focuses on how it grows the American economy. But putting our head in the sand and ignoring the economic reality of the world market is not going to work. We need to be at the table. And this is an area where we can support the president to do that.
Congressman, it's great to have you on the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Congressman Kevin Yoder joining us there from Kansas. Thanks for coming in while you're in town. We'll see you soon. We got 20 minutes before